And what is going on, YouTube? Julian back with another video. And today I want to touch on a topic about hiring the right realtor. And so I actually recently ran into this little situation or big situation where I picked up a listing from another agent who happens to be outside of our market, correct? And they're also a family friend of the sellers who are listing the property, and the sellers aren't located here in San Antonio either, right? So I originally just met this person through a friend, and my friend, referred me to that agent because he doesn't know anybody here in San Antonio, and he needed help moving the property because he's not located here. He doesn't have our MLS system, so he doesn't have access to our market, basically, which is red flag number one. If you're going to hire somebody who is going to sell your property, you want somebody that works in your market. I understand if it's a family friend or family member, and maybe they're going to charge you less, just like this agent who charged the sellers less than what I would typically charge. But it really matters at the end of the day to be listed in the market that you're selling, because you want to be able to have all the agents who are working here to have access to that property and to be able to see that, because it doesn't work where somebody could list it from, let's just say, Austin, Texas, and then you're listing a house here in San Antonio, but through Austin system, the people in Austin, it might pop up in their search, but of course you want to target your market. So red flag number one. And so I actually went to go see the property because he had told me that there was somebody who wanted to see it, and he was helping me out. That's what we do as referral agents. We help each other out. And so I went to go see the property, and it started with a small leak in the kitchen. And I mentioned it to him. He brought it up to the sellers, and from that point on, we just kind of left it. I figured that they took care of it. A couple weeks later, he decided that he was going to work with me on the listing, because at this point he wants to make sure that he's moving the home, right? So from there, I decided to go back to the property to go check it out. And when I went back, I noticed something that just did not look right. And what happened was the front foundation of the house was soaked. And I was like, okay, it wasn't like that before, and nobody's clearly been here. And he had told me that the neighbors were thinking that something was going on as well, which is another reason why I went to the property. So as I opened the door, I walk in and I notice a puddle of water by the fireplace. And then when I look straight down the hallway, I also see water flooding the kitchen, going out into the living room. I didn't go further enough to show it in the video, but to the left and to the right is the guest bathroom on the right, and then the laundry room on the left, and that was just completely soaked. In that little video I just showed, I squeezed the bottom floor, which is vinyl, and you can see little bubbles of water coming out. So this house hadn't been checked in about a couple weeks. And of course the agent is outside of San Antonio, so they're unable to check the property. And the sellers are outside of San Antonio, so they're unable to check the property. And so as I go in there, at this point I'm in full panic mode, because I've never seen this in my life. And I'm like, what is going on? And you can just feel the floor is just damaged at this point, because it's just soaked up so much water, and it's just continued to soak up water. I didn't show it in the video, but there was also water on the side of the house, which was soaking up the foundation, and then it was pouring out into the garage as well. So this is a super big, costly mistake. And the reason being why I would say that you should be careful who you hire is, just because the agent is giving you a discount doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to give you the same amount of work or effort that they would their other clients who are in their same market. And I would say if somebody's giving you a discount, maybe if you're a family member or you've worked multiple properties with them and you already have an idea of what their work ethic is, then that's awesome. And I'm not saying anything, to this agent's work ethic. I clearly understand that he was, 4 or 5 hours away. There's not much that he could do. But another thing too was it wasn't listed in our market. It happened to get a big flood or a big leak, with damages. And then not only that, but the photography on the property were copyrighted photos that were just saved from a previous listing, which you could actually get in trouble for. And not only that, but I've actually seen other agents. And the first house that I ever sold, The agent was literally in his photograph. I'm going to see if I can find that. But he took a picture of a restroom, and you can see him in the mirror. And so just an idea, if you're selling a $200,000 home and your agent's going to get a $6,000 commission, don't you think that you want to be able to make sure that they have professional photographs taken, the property is in great condition, and also being watched over the agent to make sure that it looks presentable and ready to go and to sell? And you also want to make sure that they're giving you that same amount of effort that they would any of their other clients, which it's almost virtually impossible if you're trying to sell a house from 2 or 3 or 4 miles. I mean, 2 or 3 or 4, but you know what I mean? Like 2, 3, 4 hours away. 2 hours maybe possible that you can do it. That's not too bad. But if you're in a completely different market, or you're hiring an agent from a completely different market, I would definitely advise you to just see if you can find somebody in that market. And once again, you know, be careful who you hire. You don't want somebody going and taking photographs of your $350,000 home with their phone. If you want the right agent to come in and do the right work, you're going to get professional photography. They're more than likely going to charge you what they're worth, because at the end of the day, in this shifting market, we're going to have to market this home even more than what we would have in the past. And by that, I mean we have to send out postcards, we have to do flyers, because it's not going to move the same way that it did before. And I know at one point the market was extremely hot, but it's the complete opposite right now. It's a good time to buy because there's so much inventory, but it's a hard time to sell. It's not a bad time to sell, but it's a hard time to sell only because of the amount of effort that you have to put. So my best advice to anybody who's looking to hire an agent, I would just say that, you know, speak to them, get to know them a little bit more, or if you know somebody who has done a great job for somebody else in the past and they can definitely vouch for them, I would definitely look into hiring them. I mean, if there's things that I would look out for, if my listing goes up in the market, as soon as that agent says that your listing is up, I would go look at the photographs to make sure that they were professional photographs and not taken by their phone, and certainly not inside the photos because of a reflection of the mirror. Totally unprofessional. Second, I would make sure that they're in your same marketplace, so that way you know that all the agents and local agents in that area have access to the property and are able to see everything, and pretty much it just puts you in a higher position to move the home. So just a quick little story, just thought I'd hop on here and let you guys know something that I learned and why I think it's extremely important, and who you're looking to hire, and just don't make that mistake. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Okay, can you know us?
Dreaming, talking in your sleep. I know you want to cry all night.